you can help me.
A young girl overcomes a rough childhood.
I'll show you.
My mother just started welling on me.
And finds love in two different places.
Was this a new lease on life?
He brought up the freak in me, like, yeah.
It was a love triangle at that point.
But great passion fuels even greater jealousy.
I hate you!
I was young, you know, I just like to be with different women.
Is everything okay?
She wanted to kill him because she was hurt and she felt played.
Will this player end up losing the game?
Wake up.
Not all fairy tales have happy endings. When love goes wrong, a woman can do the unthinkable. 14-year-old Laura Lewis has had a traumatic childhood. It's the stuff nightmares are made of. Laura grew up with her siblings in 1980s Minneapolis.
So what? I don't take care of you? I've been taking care of you for 20 years.
Her earliest memories revolve around the constant battles between her mother, Joan, and her father, Don.
There was so much fighting. My dad would always say, oh, your mom did this to me, she did that. So it was a war.
I love you, you understand?
They used to have a lot of domestic issues, like, you know, they have full-blown fights.
Listen to me.
According to the children, one of their brawls goes too far.
You listen to me. Don't you point your finger at me. You never listen to me. Get out!
What are they doing? I don't know what happened. I know what came over me.
Don't you ever put your hands on me again!
Baby! You stuck me! Oh my God!
I don't care if you bleed to death!
You stabbed me!
You will never put your hands on me again!
You crazy!
He just went to screaming and crying and saying, call 911, call the police. It was very scary.
What are you here for?
I need you to explain to me exactly what happened.
He hit me first!
Joan is arrested, but the charges are later dropped.
He slapped me first!
Laura's parents divorce soon after, and her mother gets custody of the kids.
A boy gave me a love letter.
I was sad because I've always been closer with my dad.
Even though she's just a child, Joan gives Laura some grown-up advice.
My mom would tell us a man's either gonna beat on you or cheat on you. Kind of just decide which one you're gonna deal with.
According to Laura and her brother, the divorce doesn't end the violence in their home.
What the hell is wrong with you now, Laura? My doll broke.
Yeah, she used to drink every day. When she started drinking, you know, she'd just get more emotional.
I just thought you can help me. Help you do what?
My mom would beat us with sticks or stitching cord, shoes.
Why don't you help me clean up this house?
Even though we were small children and defenseless, she had no boundaries.
Why don't you help me pay some bills around here?
It became normal a little bit, but I think it made me quiet or shut down or not know how to really express myself.
Dr. Casey Jordan is a criminologist who studies violent behavior.
Laura's baseline for normalcy is completely skewed. She has seen so much violence in her household that she can't even comprehend a world without it. And we know that kids who witness domestic violence growing up are very likely to repeat that behavior as adults.
Anything you want special for dinner?
Yeah.
It doesn't take Joan long to find a new husband.
And I'm gonna say a little bit for dessert, too.
After my father and her got divorced, my mother met Kenny. One day we wake up and they're married and he's living in our home. My mom was happier. I remember her being happy.
But life with Kenny is much different and far worse for Laura.
You can put that turkey game up now.
My mom would leave us with him. So Kenny ended up molesting me.
Worse yet, her mother doesn't believe her.
Laura, what happened?
Kenny tried to kiss me.
I told her what Kenny's been doing to me.
You were just dreaming. It was just a nightmare.
She was in disbelief.
No, he really did.
Look, I don't want to ever hear you talk about this.
My mother told her not to lie on Kenny. She chose her husband over my sister.
Why don't you ever believe me, Mom?
I mean, how do you cope with that?
That probably changed the dynamic of our relationship.
Joan eventually divorces Kenny. But for Laura, it's too little, too late.
Maybe she thought that she could have did more about the situation, but I know that she left him and that was like the end of their relationship.
It may seem shocking that a mother does not believe her daughter's allegation of sexual abuse by her stepfather. But this is actually very common. For a mother to believe her daughter would be an admission that she married a monster. And if she's economically dependent on that husband, it's much easier to just blame the daughter or plain old deny it.
With the continued drinking and violence at home, the kids are split up and moved to foster care.
I was sad because, you know, my sister and I were close.
So from the time you're 6, for several years, you were in foster homes.
From 6 to 9, almost 3 years.
So your 3 siblings got to stay in one foster home, but you got sent to a different one.
Right.
That had to be really hard.
Right, because we were all a year apart and we were close.
Why don't you help me pay some bills around here?
I remember going to like 2 or 3 different homes with different people, different strangers. I finally got placed in the home with a Muslim lady, and she became like my new mom. Like I still to this day, I called her mom, and that was like my first time feeling like I had a real mom.
Yeah.
And she understood me. I remember I had an incident at school. The principal wanted to restrain me. I guess I bit him or something. And I remember him like bringing me home, and my foster mother was like, well, look how tall he is. Like,
So she stood by you when the principal was trying to restrain you and you were acting out, huh?
She did.
She knew that you had been molested, and she understood the things that could set you off.
Right.
Just don't touch Laura.
Right.
And you'll be okay.
For the next few years, Joan works to get them back.
I remember my mom had to go through all these programs, I guess rehabilitation programs, for her drinking and maybe some counseling.
She was trying to get better.
When I found out where I was going home, because my mother did, I guess, attend classes or did what she needed to do to get us back, I remember being devastated. Like, it was normal. Like, this is my life now, and I was just such in a good place. I didn't adjust well to going back home.
When Laura's 14, the Lewis family is reunited back under Joan's roof. She's learned to deal with her painful past by pouring her soul into her journal.
I first started writing just thoughts and turned them into short stories and poetry.
Every little girl dreams, whether it be the glitz or the glam or the gleam. The shiny knight on the white horse to save the princess from life remorse.
She was always just like the creative one. She loved to write, though. She was like always a good writer.
Laura dreams of publishing a book someday.
This little girl in me has been set free. This is my life. This is my testimony.
Laura has so much trauma to deal with that it's really fortunate that she has found writing as an outlet for her feelings. Other girls who've been through what she's experienced often resort to self-destructive behaviors like drug abuse and cutting. But Laura has found a healthy way to cope with her reality.
But being back home is already hard. Laura's had to adjust to her newest stepdad, Robert.
He was pretty cool. He was a lot better than Kenny, I can say that. Yeah.
Unfortunately, things with Joan have already gone bad.
After about 2 weeks, she went back to how things were before.
Laura, what the hell?
One fall afternoon, it all comes to a head.
I'm talking about your grades.
I told you.
My mother and Laura were, I guess, arguing about something.
I hate you. Don't do difference. I was doing that.
She started welling on me, hitting me and beating me. She ripped my shirt open, like I was being exposed.
Suddenly, Laura's stepdad, Robert, gets involved.
And he decided to come and hold me, like hold my arms, grab me, and I felt violated.
Joan continues to strike.
I'll never have you talk to me like that.
I grabbed a knife, and I remember saying to him, like, touch me now, grab me now.
Don't do it.
I said, put that knife down.
Laura's about to change the course of her life forever.
All I know is I stabbed him as he turned around.
I think it's because she already had a lot of anger, you know, from my mom and, you know, Kenny. We're all quick to grab a weapon because that's what we witnessed.
Please, send someone quickly. There's been an accident. Yeah, we were fighting.
I remember the police coming.
So what did you do to him?
I'm in tears, my clothes was all tore.
I'm her mother. Disrespectful little.
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna need you to cover me.
Bobby, are you gonna let him take me like that?
I went to jail at 14.
Did you feel like he deserved it?
I felt bad. You know, I don't want to be a monster or anything.
Laura is charged with assault and ultimately sent to a boot camp for young offenders.
I don't have a problem with authority. I don't have a problem respecting authority or listening or following rules. So I was very successful.
I said drop down.
While most offenders need a year to complete the program, Laura manages to finish it in 6 months.
When you were graduating from boot camp, was this a new lease on life?
I wanted to come out and get on the right track and just, you know, live my life.
When you get on the outside, you're gonna be just fine.
I was gonna join the National Guard.
Get out of here.
Now 16, Laura is ready for a new start.
Hey, Laura.
Hey.
She moves in with her older sister, Karen.
I think her and my mom were having issues again, so she just wanted to be out the house.
Another soul-sucking shift of flipping burgers.
Laura gets a fast food job and takes GED classes through the Minneapolis public school system.
And before you know it, you'll have a better job.
She seemed a little more mature.
Hang in there. I'm proud of you.
On her way home from work one day, Laura walks past 22-year-old Zach Moore.
Hey, baby girl. Yo,
You talking to me?
yes, I'm talking to you. Ain't nobody else around? Yo, I had to stop you. You're beautiful. What's your name?
The naive teenager isn't used to the attention.
You got a number? Maybe I can call you. I might want to slide through and get a burger. I might want to come through. Now, you ain't gonna give me a fake number or nothing. I'm gonna call you, all right?
Okay.
All right. Okay, if I come over, what you trying to do?
Well, what do you like to do?
Zach calls her every day for the next few weeks.
What do you say?
See, we gotta change that.
No.
We had so much chemistry and we would just stay up talking.
I see somebody's up late.
Laura grows to trust Zach and feels safe sharing some of her darkest memories.
He molested me. I'll never get over it. Ever.
Zach responds by being the perfect gentleman.
For the first time in my life, I met a guy who didn't just try to sleep with me. I felt like ever since I was 2, men have been trying to screw me, you know? So I appreciated him for that. I fell in love with him.
Do you think that's why he wasn't trying to put the moves on you? Because he knew that you'd been molested as a child and he was trying to be very respectful of your space?
Yeah, I think he just wanted to show me that maybe all men aren't bad guys.
Dang, girl, calm down. You don't want to ask to watch this.
He was just kind of quiet and stuff, and he seemed like he was a nice guy and like he cared a lot about her and stuff like that, you know? I thought he was an okay guy.
Zach is Laura's first real boyfriend, the first man she's dated who actually cares about her. With her history of abuse, she doesn't trust men, and it's going to be difficult to let her guard down and embrace intimacy. Zach knows her past and respects her boundaries, so this is the perfect chance for her to have a healthy relationship.
After 9 months of dating, Laura finally gets intimate with Zach.
When we made love, I was in heaven. Like, this is the first time me experiencing making love and wanting to voluntarily and just be intimate with someone. And I loved him. It was very passionate. Our sex life was good.
You better be glad I love you, okay?
Why?
Because you didn't carry none of these groceries.
When Laura turns 18, she moves into Zach's apartment.
Tell me about work.
I was happy. I was in love with him. I just loved being around him. He's a sweetheart, you know?
You are one of the best cooks I have ever known.
I mean, are you thinking this is the guy I want to marry?
Yeah, I did.
I'm glad I got you in my life, baby.
Thank you.
But over time, the passion starts to fizzle.
What are you reading?
Had too much water. Go to the restroom.
And a late-night call arouses her suspicions.
My sister, she's like real jealous, so she's gonna go through your phone, she's gonna go through your pants, she's gonna do, you know, investigating to find out, you know?
He had a few other different women. They would leave him like naughty messages.
Nurse Nancy calling. Time to get your physical examination.
When Laura confronts Zach,
Are you cheating on me?
he surprisingly comes clean.
Yeah, I am. It ain't got nothing to do with us, yo. I'm still in love with you. Don't give me something that you can't give me.
I was like, I'm willing to do those things. I would like to experiment those things.
Anything that they do, I can do too.
No.
So you told him you were willing to get freaky?
Yeah, we could role play, we could try new things.
What is it I can give you?
Laura hears her mother's voice.
These other women, they just fetishes.
A man is either gonna beat on you or cheat on you. You decide.
But you, yo, we real. You my angel. Why you bugging, man?
Dealing with Zach, I'm feeling like maybe I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty enough, or even the thought of catching the disease, I couldn't deal with it.
I'm gonna say we won't do it again.
Yo, you got my word, Laura. You mean more to me than them other girls, so I tell you what. Let's make this real, Laura. I want you to have my baby.
I believe him being afraid to lose me, he thought if we would have our own child, maybe it would keep me.
Starting tonight.
Laura loves him deeply and decides to take the leap.
Both Zach and Laura are playing a game of emotional entrapment. Zach wants to give her a baby so that she'll stay with him. Laura thinks that having a baby with Zach will cure his infidelity. Neither of these agendas will work in the long run because no baby can fix a broken relationship.
After a year of trying, Laura finally gets pregnant.
Aren't you thinking maybe I should get some test of commitment from him, like a ring and a marriage proposal?
He proposed to me, he brought me a little ring. I had a ring.
But when the phone rings one day,
Hello?
Laura gets some news that changes everything.
I just think you need to know I'm pregnant, and it's Zach's baby.
What?
Your man is the father of my baby.
This gotta be some type of joke.
No joke, I'm pregnant.
The surprise caller is Zach's ex-girlfriend.
Laura, he's still seeing his ex.
Yes.
You're telling me you're both pregnant at the same time?
Yes, we were.
Laura is heartbroken. She breaks off the engagement and leaves.
She just felt like everything was a lie. You know, she gave the ring back, and, you know, so she was really hurt over that situation.
Laura! Laura!
Laura stays with family for the next few months. And in April 2005, she gives birth to a healthy baby boy, Alex.
I had my son, he was healthy.
I'll leave you two alone.
And she pretty much was just about her son, you know, trying to make a good life for him.
You know you can count on me, right?
Even though Laura and Zach aren't together anymore, he's still committed to being a part of their son's life. Laura is determined to make it as a single mother. And when Alex is just 6 weeks old, she gets a job as a bus driver.
This one, my sister was doing very well. She had a job working for Metro Transit. She's making like $19 an hour. She was like taking some college classes. Like, she really had her stuff together, you know?
Laura has a good job, her own place, and no one is mistreating her or destroying her confidence. For once, she has a sense of control over her life, and she seems empowered by her newfound independence. She is not looking for a man for emotional validation.
Things are going great for Laura, but she's lonely. One night on a singles chat line, she connects with 21-year-old Stephen Thomas.
Hello?
What's your name?
My name is Laura.
I like that name. My name's Steven.
I loved his voice. His voice was so sexy.
Do you have a girlfriend?
I just thought he was just a cool person.
I would walk the floor.
He was just nice. He was polite.
Well, call me tomorrow.
It's really nice talking to you, Laura.
The two singles make plans to meet up soon in person. A few nights later, Stephen invites her to a party at a hotel room.
Yes. Oh my God. Who are you?
Laura.
You're Laura.
Laura's brought her brother Emmanuel along.
Look like she made a friend.
All-star, knocking them off guard. Transformer, all-star.
At that time, I just knew he was a rapper. So he was into music. He shared his music with me.
Laura's mesmerized by his talent and charm.
Off with your top, Beretta and toast. Right.
But not everyone's impressed.
I don't know about that.
I mean, I thought he sucked, actually, but I mean, personally, I wouldn't buy it, you know what I mean? But he was okay, you know? He was all right.
You're real friendly.
Oh, you are gorgeous.
Thank you.
The chemistry between Laura and Stephen is undeniable.
I didn't think he was the right type of guy for my sister.
Despite her brother's doubts, Laura goes out on a date with Stephen. And they can't keep their hands off each other.
It was like out of this world. He picked me up. He turned me upside down. It was just incredible. Like, I just never been dominated like that.
Stephen makes it clear that he's not looking for anything serious.
I'm just not trying to get tied down to one female right now.
I was young, you know, I just like to be with different women. It was just off and on, just random.
I'm not trying to get tied down either.
Laura's so enthralled with her new lover that she's totally fine with the arrangement.
All I know is he brought up the freak in me. Like, yeah.
They begin casually hooking up every few weeks.
I was like addicted. I needed it. Like, I just couldn't get enough of it.
Laura still sees Zach often since they share custody of their son, Alex. And one day, he makes a surprising admission.
What are these?
Look, Laura, I'm still in love with you.
I was shocked. Like, what? Like, where did this come from?
I want a second chance.
It's not even like I've been giving him mixed signals or flirting with him or anything.
I'm a changed man.
He just was really trying to get with me. For old time's sake, crossed my mind.
I know I messed up, but...
Laura weighs her options.
I think they're probably different from night and day. Like Zach's mild-tempered, laid-back, kind of a suave kind of guy. I guess she's seen herself having a good future with him. He just seemed like he was a down-to-earth, stand-up guy.
He worked with disabled adults and children, so I think him naturally being compassionate and caring, and that's how he kind of treated me.
8-ball corner pocket, let's make a profit. Open up shop.
Steven, he's loud and obnoxious. He wanted to be an entertainer, rapper. It was like his ultimate goal in life. He's just like a party guy. It wasn't nothing serious.
I'm just not trying to get tied down to one female.
I knew he wasn't like good for her, you know, and I would tell her basically, he's not good for you. They're so different from night and day.
Laura decides to give Zach another chance.
Yeah.
But Laura is no longer Zach's young, innocent angel.
I do know when I slept with him, it was no comparison to what I've been doing.
Back together.
No, we're not back together. We want to take it slow.
Just a few months later, Laura finds herself in an awkward situation.
I found out I was pregnant, and it was so close, I wasn't exactly for sure.
Is this baby Zach's or is it Steven?
Mm-hmm.
That's gotta be a really bad conundrum.
It was.
You gotta be kidding me.
It was a love triangle at that point.
Laura comes clean to both men, and they agree to do a paternity test after the baby's born.
Laura is obviously conflicted about how things will change once the paternity of her baby is confirmed. Is it better to have the baby daddy be Zach, the unfaithful but loving man in her life, or Steven, who is exciting but completely non-committal?
In October 2007, Laura gives birth to a beautiful baby girl she names Annie. And she finally finds out who the father is.
Here, hold her.
It's not the outcome Laura had hoped for.
I was disappointed that it wasn't Zach's baby. I was devastated.
Zach, he was more husband material, you know, versus Steven. He wasn't husband material at all.
You're gonna be here for us, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna be here for you.
Is this what you want?
But she makes the best of it.
I think so.
I was just happy to have a girl, though. That made it better.
It just made me like want a better life for my kids.
What about you and me?
That's about it. And just be a good father. I mean, that's what life is about, reproduction.
His dad wasn't there for him. He wants to be there for his child. He wants to be a family.
Might as well be together, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Steven moves in with Laura and her children. She goes back to work as the main provider while he continues to pursue his music career.
I'm an American hustler. You just a customer on your own block like the muffler.
I asked him, I was like, what do you plan to do to, take care of my sister? Oh man, I'm gonna be a rap star. I'm gonna get a multi-million-dollar deal. And I was like, man, but you're broke. Like, you don't have any money. Like, it didn't seem realistic to me,
Keep it down for the baby.
What?
Keep it down for the baby.
He would keep the baby while I went to work.
You're supporting him.
I didn't mind, because I believed in it. I believed in his music.
Like she made a friend.
Knocking them off guard, transformer, all-star.
It sounded good. It sounds good. But I know how hard it is to become a rapper, and he wasn't all that good to me, you know? There's a lot well-established rappers that were a lot better than him, in my opinion, you know?
Things seem to be playing out surprisingly well so far with Laura and Steven, but her brother's concerns are legitimate. Laura may be willing to cover the bills for now in hopes of a payday down the road, but as time goes on, if that goose doesn't lay a golden egg, Laura may start feeling very resentful.
Okay.
So you're thinking there might be a payoff at the end?
I mean, it crossed my mind, yeah.
In time, she feels encouraged as Steven settles into family life.
To see him be attentive to the baby and kiss her and grab her up and hug her and want to take her shopping. He was a good dad. I was very impressed. I was very surprised.
I like that.
Their sex life continues to be off the charts.
I don't know.
And Laura gets swept up in being around Steven's creative energy.
I can't believe I'm addicted. If love is a crime, I'm convicted.
Laura's inspired to start writing again.
He took my breath away at first sight. If this is wrong, then I don't want to be right.
Before long, Steven starts to land high-profile gigs at nightclubs around town.
Your wife secretly tried to creep with me. I put it down.
And Laura loves watching her man on stage.
It may appeal to Laura for a while, you know, just that club life.
Hands up, hands up, hands up.
But that's not her.
Chill with an ebony freak that's still next to me, see?
But as Steven reaches for success with his music,
we turn another back, burgundy and black, ragtop Cadillac.
It's Laura who feels the strain.
A brown bag to Henny, making sure the yak is in.
He liked the party. You're taking ecstasy, you're partying all night, and you're a mother, so that doesn't mix.
I'm Maxine with Dusty Records. I liked your set. You should give us a call.
Steven can smell success. But Laura's patience is wearing thin.
When that car becomes cash, then I'll be excited.
Are you kidding me?
And it sparks a massive blowout.
I don't know, a VIP chick or somebody?
Don't talk to me like that. What? I'm your girlfriend.
Hey, relax. Calm down.
Oh, yeah, what you think you gonna hit me in front of my brother?
Calm down.
I mean, she not gonna control me. I'm a grown man. I do what I want to do. There's nothing she can tell me to do. I'm gonna do it anyway. Nobody want to be around there.
See what's happening?
But for Laura, it's more than just a fight.
I'm gone.
Fueled by local stardom, Steven's behavior has become increasingly erratic.
It just seemed kind of weird, you know, like stuff he would talk about just kind of seemed off the wall. You know, he just seemed like there was something odd about him.
And it only gets worse. According to Laura, one day in September 2008, she and Steven get into another heated argument.
You're spending my money.
I don't know, I can't remember what it was over, but I was doing 70 miles an hour on the freeway.
This is how it's gonna be. This is how we gonna live, right?
But this desire already in.
Every single day, it's a fight.
Our daughter's in the car seat. He grabbed my hands off the steering wheel. He said he wants to die, and he's gonna take me and our daughter with him.
Oh, baby's in the car! Stop! Stop! Get yourself!
He finally let go, and I pulled over to the nearest exit and told him I needed to get something from the grocery store. And I called the police.
I think my boyfriend's trying to hurt me and my child.
And the police met me there.
Is everything okay? What's going on over here? I got a phone call about some domestic violence.
Do you think he just was under the influence of drugs at the time?
I don't know. I don't remember him using. I don't know, but he was like so stoned.
Take a look. All right, just stay right here, okay? I'll be right back.
Disoriented, he couldn't even talk. So when the officer came, Steven looked like he didn't know what was going on.
He tried to kill me and my child.
Ma'am, I understand your frustration, but there's really nothing.
They just let him go. He didn't take him to jail or anything. They just let him go.
What about your child?
Laura's too spooked to let Steven back in the car. She gives him $40 for a cab and heads home.
Take this. Take it.
Stephen claims to have no memory of what happened that day.
Hey, take this.
But fine then. Maybe that happened. I don't even remember. I remember something like that happened, but I don't really remember in details, though.
That night, when Stephen returns home, he and Laura hash it out.
Baby, I'm sorry.
Don't call me baby.
She claims that he admits to not handling stress well, and that it gets worse when he drinks.
I want to talk to you.
I really felt a deep sympathy for him.
I just lose it. I wig out.
I tried to encourage him to go to a hospital, a doctor. He would say he would go, that's why I probably would stay, and it would just never happen. It never happened.
So you're gonna have to get it together. I'm not gonna be able to deal with this. Let's make it better together.
I was gambling. I was playing Russian roulette being with him. It was a big gamble, not knowing if he's really gonna take things to a point of no return.
According to Laura, over the next year, Stephen's behavior gets even more erratic and takes a violent turn.
When things spiral out of control, it kept continuing. I didn't know how to cope, because even like him putting his hands on me and me accepting it, I never just saw myself being some vulnerable, battered woman. But I guess I just shut down mentally, and I didn't know how to really get out or fight back.
You just get off.
It breaks my heart because it sounds like what your mom went through. With all the domestic violence you grew up with in your household, and you swore it wouldn't be that way.
Right.
And what was it that your mom always said?
A man would cheat on you or beat on you.
You decide.
You just got rid of the man who cheated on you, and now you got the guy
who's beating on me. Yep.
Laura clings to the notion that no matter what her man does, her children must have a relationship with their fathers, even if that man is irresponsible and abusive. Her belief that her kids need to know their daddy is the reason she can't break it off, but she ends up getting exploited in the process.
Let go of me!
But Laura can't seem to pull herself away from Stephen's grasp.
I wanted my daughter to have a father. I didn't want to be in a single parent home, because that was, when I was little, that was never my dream to be a single parent.
During one particularly brutal fight, Laura's had enough.
Stop! I said I'm not gonna do this with you anymore! Come here, woman. Stop! Let go of me!
I mean, it's so crazy because she could be so calm and mild and sweet over here, and then a whole nother person over there, but you have to push her like to that limit.
And she started fighting back. You know, she's scratching them, biting them, punching them, choking them.
Come here.
She realized she wasn't just gonna keep getting beat, you know.
When is this bill that I spent?
But Stephen tells a different story.
My house is nothing but you! I'm tired of
So many things happen, you know, I just lost track of everything. Whenever Laura would attack me, I would just grab her, try to hold her down. I mean, just try to defuse the situation, just defending myself. That's all I was trying to do.
Listen to me! When are you gonna have a record deal? I hate you! I hate you! Huh? You spent my money!
I don't want to
Is
play
that what you want to do? Let me go!
I don't want to play.
The next morning, Laura calls the police.
I mean, when the police come to the house, you tell them a different story, or he tried to hit me, he tried to choke me, and they take me to jail.
Stephen faces up to 5 years in prison.
That was his first time going in jail. And they charged him with about 5 different felony charges, like terroristic threats, strangulation.
Laura has a change of heart, and she quickly tries to drop the charges.
I just wanted to let him know it's not okay. Get arrested, but I didn't think he deserved to be in jail for years. He pled guilty to, I think, terroristic threats. He was in there for about a month, and they let him go with time served.
As part of his plea, Stephen is ordered to take anger management classes.
Stephen, serving only 1 month of a possible 5-year sentence for all of that violence, really sends the wrong message. Laura finally called the police and broke that cycle of abuse. But now that Stephen is out with barely a slap on the wrist, that lack of consequences will make it very easy for them to get back together.
By Christmas 2009, the couple is back together, and Laura feels like their relationship is on the upswing.
We had a nice Christmas with the toys, and our daughter and kids opened up their presents.
And you felt like you had your old Stephen back?
Yeah, it was nice.
Stephen's waiting to hear back from a record label about a possible contract for his demo. And Laura fantasizes about the day he'll finally get his big break.
Life is a road to everlasting happiness, whether in heaven or on earth. Only you can decide to choose your self-worth.
But their holiday cheer doesn't last long.
She just felt something was suspicious about him because he kept, texting on the phone and then hiding the phone, and, so she knew something was up.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, for sure.
On January 7th, 2010, Stephen's taking an afternoon nap.
Something just made me just want to look at his phone. And so I'm meeting you at the hotel or something. I was just like, dang. I just felt like we never had these type of problems really before. I don't think he's ever really cheated on me.
He's a cheater and a beater. And you got the whole package.
Yeah.
And it gets worse. As Laura digs deeper, she learns that Stephen's been cheating on her for months.
I felt angry, hurt, betrayed, just everything. Just had so many mixed emotions. Suddenly, I can't go out. I can't do what I want to, but he's doing what he want to do. I was very angry.
She's impulsive also, Sometimes she reacts without thinking, She reacts by her emotions.
It was for protection. Because I wanted to confront him, and I knew if I would confront him, he probably would assault me.
She wanted to kill him because, she was hurt and she felt played, and she told me that she imagined herself, just in his sleep,
Wake up.
And then she punched me in the face, and I woke up and saw her with a knife.
Hell, no!
Then she swung with the knife when I tried to grab it, and then she cut me. I needed to get her off of me before I die.
Get off of me!
The knife slices his hand.
There was blood everywhere. It was gushing out everywhere.
It was dripping down his arm. I was cut too, and he tussled me and I think hit my head or something, and I'm still angry, so I didn't really care about what happened to him.
And I was bleeding like crazy, so I think I needed to go to the hospital.
A woman just stabbed me.
He's on the phone calling 911 and say my girlfriend stabbed me.
How does it feel now?
I was just hoping that I could keep my finger. That was what I was thinking at the time.
Send someone right now.
It was like halfway off.
So how are you holding up?
Laura is ultimately arrested and charged with second-degree assault with a dangerous weapon.
They threatened me with 7 years in prison.
So in the end, what did you do? Take a plea?
I did for 6 months, 180 days.
Hang in there.
With nowhere to go after her release, Laura winds up taking refuge with Stephen.
I had no intentions of being with him. I knew I wasn't gonna be with him when I got out.
But when you got out, you went right back to him.
Because of our daughter.
Here, hold her.
She was living with me. She had just got out of jail. She didn't have a place to stay, so I didn't want her to be homeless.
Laura says that she has nowhere else to go, but the truth is she just can't stay away. Again, she's using her daughter as an excuse. She could go to a halfway house, a women's shelter. She could apply for public housing, but she doesn't. Once you break free from this sort of abusive relationship, you never go back to the man who beats you.
They stay together for another 4 years, but it's a struggle. When Stephen is sent to jail for an unrelated assault charge in 2014, Laura finally leaves him for good.
The only way you were able to break the spell and get away from this man is because he finally went to prison for 2 years.
Yes, that's the only way. Because if he didn't, we would probably still be together. I feel like it was the addiction. I feel like that's the only way I was able to, like you said, or break the spell or the curse or whatever.
She knew that I wasn't no good for her. She wasn't no good for me, but she didn't know how to just like to disconnect herself emotionally, like from the relationship.
How does it feel now?
Laura has finally been given an opportunity to conquer her addiction to Stephen. She simply needs to find her resolve and stick to it. If she can work on herself, regain her confidence, and not count on a relationship to define her, she has a real chance of finding true happiness.
Stephen is now out of jail and working on getting his life back on track.
Like the muffler.
He's relieved that Laura is no longer a part of it.
I'm not perfect. I was never in a perfect relationship, but I still didn't deserve the way I was treated and everything that I went through. But I mean, everything happens for a reason, and that's that.
Today, Laura lives in Las Vegas and is working on getting her truck driving license.
I think there's hope for her. She's in truck driving school, so she's gonna, get a good job. I think when she builds up her self-esteem again, when she gets her finances in order, she'll be okay.
Laura's optimistic about the future.
I think you've come very far in the past year.
Yeah, I have. I have to give myself a little more credit, cause yeah, I have. It's been a journey.
And it's not over.
And it's not over. At this point, I am single, and I want to be single for a while, because I feel like I just have a lot of self-reflection to do.
Do you hope that there's somebody else out there for you?
I do. I have a love-hate for men. And it's a thin line too. I just really have to make sure I'm healed.